Every morning, millions of people wake up and reach for their phones before their feet even touch the floor. Within seconds, they begin scrolling. Someone just announced a promotion. Someone is posting photos from a beach vacation. Someone else is showing their perfectly organized morning routine. Coffee, gym, journaling, success. And quietly, without anyone saying a single word, something inside the person watching begins to sink. Not because their life is bad, but because someone else's life suddenly makes their own feel small, ordinary, almost invisible. Comparison does something strange to the mind. It doesn't show you the whole story. It only shows you the highlight reel of someone else's journey, while you are living the raw, unfiltered version of your own. But here's something almost nobody talks about. The person you're comparing yourself to is probably comparing themselves to someone else, and that person is doing the same thing. It becomes a never-ending chain. One person looking up, another person looking sideways, everyone feeling like they're somehow falling behind. In many ways, we were handed one of the most powerful tools in human history, a device that allows us to see the best moments of millions of lives every single day. But instead of using it to feel inspired, we often use it as proof that we are not doing enough, not successful enough, not productive enough, not impressive enough. But what if the problem was never you? What if you've simply been measuring your life with the wrong ruler? Let me explain. In a quiet coastal town, there once lived a young man named Noah. Noah wasn't famous, he wasn't wealthy, and he didn't work in a glass office tower overlooking a big city skyline. But Noah had something special. He had a gift for fixing things. Old radios that no longer played music, broken clocks that had stopped keeping time, engines that mechanics had already given up on. People would bring these things to Noah because somehow he had the patience and skill to bring them back to life. When he worked, his hands moved slowly and carefully. Each screw mattered. Each tiny gear had its place. And during those moments, something peaceful happened inside his mind. Everything became quiet. But Noah had a problem. His childhood friend Marcus had just landed a high-paying corporate job in the city. Expensive suits, a sleek apartment, business meetings and networking events. Every time Noah heard about Marcus's success, something tightened in his chest. Then there was his older brother, Caleb. Caleb had a personality that filled every room he walked into. Confident, energetic, effortlessly social. People naturally gathered around him. Noah couldn't help comparing himself. Maybe I should have chosen a different path, he thought. Maybe fixing things in a small garage wasn't really a real career. The doubt slowly started stealing the joy from the work he once loved. One afternoon, an older man named Mr. Cole walked into the garage carrying a vintage watch. Mr. Cole was known around town as a thoughtful, observant man, the kind of person who spoke very little, but when he did, people listened. He sat quietly while Noah worked. After a while, he said something unexpected. "You don't look like someone who enjoys what he's doing." Noah shrugged and said he was fine. Mr. Cole looked at him carefully. "I didn't ask if you were fine. I said you don't look like you're enjoying it." For reasons Noah couldn't explain, he suddenly found himself telling the man everything. The comparisons, the doubts, the feeling that everyone else seemed to be moving forward while he was stuck. Mr. Cole listened patiently. Then he stood up and said, "Come outside. I want to show you something." Behind the garage was a small courtyard filled with plants that had grown naturally along the walls. Mr. Cole pointed to a fast-growing vine climbing the stone wall. "That plant grew several feet just last month," he said. Then he pointed to a small bonsai tree sitting in a clay pot nearby. Its branches were shaped carefully, each one the result of years of attention and patience. "That bonsai has been growing for more than a decade," Mr. Cole said, "and it's still only this tall." Then he turned to Noah. "Which one is growing the wrong way?" Noah studied both plants for a moment. "Neither," he answered. "They're just different." Mr. Cole smiled. "Exactly. One grows quickly and spreads everywhere. The other grows slowly but with careful intention. If the bonsai tried to grow like the vine, it would lose the very thing that makes it special." Then he looked back towards the garage. "Marcus is built for boardrooms and business deals. Your brother Caleb is built for people. He brings energy wherever he goes. But you," he paused, "you take broken things and restore them. Do you realize how rare that is?" Something shifted inside Noah when he heard those words. "The problem isn't that you're behind," Mr. Cole said gently. "The problem is that you've been measuring your bonsai tree with the vine's ruler." Noah returned to his workbench and picked up the vintage watch again. But this time it felt different. He wasn't just repairing a watch, he was practicing a craft. Over the years that followed, Noah stopped comparing himself to everyone else. He focused on improving his skill. His reputation slowly spread, not through advertisements or social media, but through quiet word of mouth. People began traveling from nearby towns because they had heard something simple. If it's broken, Noah can fix it. He never became famous. He never went viral. But every morning he woke up with something many successful people secretly search for: peace. And one day, a young boy watching him work asked an important question: "How do you become really good at something?" Noah thought about the vine. He thought about the bonsai. Then he answered, "Stop watching what everyone else is growing into. Figure out what you were built for, and then show up for it every day, even when nobody notices. Because the truth is simple. Everyone is running a different race on a different path at a different speed. You cannot judge your progress by looking at someone else's finish line. The bonsai will never become the vine, and the vine will never become the bonsai, but both of them, growing in their own way and in their own time, are beautiful. You were never behind. You were simply growing differently. And somewhere along your path, your version of greatness is waiting."